Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're talking about something every single one of us experiences: gastrointestinal gas. Yeah, it can be a little uncomfortable, maybe kind of embarrassing sometimes, but it's a completely normal part of being a person. So let's just start with a number: 10 to 25. What do you think an average healthy person does between 10 and 25 times a day? Any guesses? You got it. Passing gas. And believe it or not, doing it up to 25 times a day is totally normal. In fact, it's actually a sign that your digestive system is firing on all cylinders. So let's get comfortable with it and dive into the science. Okay, so to really get a handle on this, let's start our journey at the top of the GI tract. We'll call it the upstairs department. And this is where we're going to talk about belching. The official kind of fancy term for belching is eructation, and it's mostly caused by something called aerophagia. It sounds super complicated, but really it's just a medical term for swallowing air. And, most of the air we swallow doesn't even make it to the stomach. It gets burped right back out. It's actually amazing how many of our everyday habits make us swallow extra air. I mean, think about it. That fizz in your soda, chewing a piece of gum, even just eating your lunch too fast. We're constantly taking in air that our body has to, release. All right, let's move on from the upstairs and head down to the downstairs department, deep into the intestines. This is where the other kind of gas, flatulence, is made, and it's a totally different process. So here's the absolute key difference. Belching is about releasing air that came in from the outside. Flatulence, on the other hand, is about gas that's being produced from the inside, right there in your gut. Very, very little of the air you actually swallow makes it this far down the line. So here's how that works. Our small intestine just can't digest and absorb certain carbohydrates, like the fiber in beans and some veggies. So these undigested bits travel down to the large intestine, where your gut bacteria are basically waiting to throw a party. They ferment these carbs for energy, and the natural byproduct of that little celebration is gas. So what exactly is this gas made of? Well, the main components are these 5 gases you see right here. And here's the really surprising part. All 5 of these are completely and totally odorless. So if those main gases don't smell, what causes, the smell? It all comes down to teeny, tiny, trace amounts of compounds that contain sulfur, like hydrogen sulfide. These are also produced by our gut bacteria. And trust me, it does not take much of this stuff to create a noticeable odor. Okay, so now we know the why. Let's get into the how. If you feel like your gas is a little excessive or just uncomfortable, there are some pretty simple, practical things you can do to manage it. A lot of the best strategies are just simple lifestyle changes. For example, just slowing down when you eat and drink means you're swallowing less air. And getting some regular exercise can really improve how your whole GI system works and help cut down on that bloated feeling. Now, for more targeted relief, this table breaks down how different over-the-counter products work. If you know that beans are what give you trouble, an enzyme product can help break down those carbs. If it's dairy, a lactase supplement is probably going to be your best friend. And for that general all-over bloating, something with simethicone helps break up big gas bubbles into smaller ones, which are, easier to pass. Okay, this next part is really, really important, because even though gas is almost always normal, it is crucial to know when your symptoms might be signaling that something more serious is going on, and you need to see a doctor. So if you're experiencing any of these things we call alarm symptoms, like losing weight without trying to, serious abdominal pain, or seeing blood, it's absolutely critical that you stop trying to manage it yourself and go talk to a healthcare professional right away. But let's end on this really reassuring note from all the research. For the vast, vast majority of us, gas isn't harmful. It's really just a sign that you are part of a massive worldwide club of people who have healthy, functioning digestive systems. By understanding this whole process, you are so much better equipped to listen to your body, maybe make a few small adjustments if you need to, and just recognize what's normal for you. It's a natural process, and hey, now you're an expert in how it works. Thanks for watching The Explainer.